Just straight raw, bro. I don't give a fuck. All right, what do we want? What else we want to talk about? Yeah, let's do abortion since we're on it. Fuck it. My views on abortion, my opinion on abortion, how I think about it, how I feel about it. This can't be taken down off of YouTube because I'm practicing my freedom of speech and I am speaking under my constitutionally protected rights, not saying anything that's disbarring. I'm not calling anybody out of any names. I'm not threatening any violence or harm to anybody. Literally just an open forum, open discussion. So just like my last video I posted talking about men and women and their body counts being different, that's kind of a touchy subject. This one's a super touchy subject. So if either video comes off of YouTube for some BS reason, bullshit, then I know that, the government's watching and interfering and doing all the shit that they do. Illuminati. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic. But yeah. So, abortion. Let's talk about it. Because abortion is something I've wrestled with for a while. Because I have helped somebody get an abortion. It wasn't my child. I was talking to the girl, starting to talk to her at the time. I wouldn't even say talking. We were just more of like, I literally just added her on Facebook, Snapchat type shit. Like, we just started working together. The pre-talking stage, I guess, I don't know. And I was also raised in a Bible family. So growing up, abortion's sin, it's wrong, it's murder, blah, 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 blah. And then, you get 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You form your own opinions and hopefully you form your own opinions and ideas and you adjust your morals and values and ethics based on what your parents taught you growing up and real world experiences and information you found out on your own. Don't always look at Google either because Google likes to hide shit. So again, Illuminati, another video, another time. So do your own research on different sites and different books and don't just always trust Google. Different video, different time. So growing up, I was like, okay, changed my view to I support abortion. And now I'm back on team no abortion. So let's get into it, okay? Abortion is a sin. It is murder. It's murder as fuck, okay? Let's get into the why. Also, if they try to plug this for drugs, I live in Ohio. This is recreationally legal. It'd be no different than me smoking a cigarette while on stream or videoing or any of that shit. It's tobacco. In science, okay, in school, okay, biology, all that shit. When you're learning about cells, plant cells and stuff like that, the mitochondria and all that shit, right? The mitochondria is the powerhouse cell, whatever, all that shit, right? In school, you're taught that all organisms are living, right? Right? Your teacher probably said that to you. All organisms are living. Plants, trees, flowers, the birds, the squirrels, all of it, right? All those cells are living. Every organism is made up of living cells that interact with each other, right? That's what you're taught, okay? Okay, a cell. Remember that. But when it comes to a baby, that's just a clump of cells. It's not alive. It can't form ideas and thoughts and brains yet. Science has proven. I think it's the second or third trimester. Babies actually dream and can, they know, they can hear your mom's voice. I've had kids, bro. They interact with you. They can tell when it's dad. They can tell when it's mom. Before they're even born. Interact with them with lights and stuff. They can see. They know that shit. Like, it's not. So when that baby is just a clump of cells, let's say you're 2 weeks, 3 weeks pregnant, that's still, You know, what did we just learn about in science? That's still a living organism. It's still alive, you know? That's still a baby. You can look these up, okay? The numbers I'm quoting at you are real. Every year, over 600,000 babies are aborted nationwide on all 50 states. 600,000. 600,000. Do you not comprehend how many that is? 600,000. I live in a town of 20,000 people. 20,000. And that's considered a big town in Ohio, okay? It's not like a city like Dayton and Lima and shit like that, but, you know, so 20, 22, 25,000 people live here. That's a lot of motherfuckers. 600,000 babies are killed every year. Now, I already know one of y'all arguments in the comments. If you watch the video all the way, you actually listen and do all that shit that I said in the other video. Are you listening to comprehend what I'm saying and look at my viewpoint? Or are you listening to argue because you have a response ready? There is a difference. Of those that are aborted, right? The ones that are, well, what about, medical emergency? The mom might die. You think the mom should just let herself die to have the baby? That's another opinion of mine, and my answer is yes. You've lived your life. I hate to sound shitty and greedy, but your child didn't ask to be brought into this life, okay? It was brought into this life by your actions. So if you lived your life and it's a chance you gotta take to make sure the baby comes out. Okay, what about, the baby might die if it's born. Chance you gotta take. If it dies, it might die. Who knows what God has planned for it? You don't. And then same with the, what's the other argument? Oh, rape and incest. My uncle got me pregnant. Da-da-da-da-da-da. The rape and incest, by the way, is about 1%. Or almost 1%, less than 1%. All the other stuff I was just talking about, the medical emergencies, that averages to about 3 to 4%. So out of all abortions, out of the 600,000 babies that are killed every year, 5% or less is because of, it might kill the mom, it might kill the baby, it might kill both, rape or incest. So what is 5% of 600,000? For those of you who know math, is over of, percent over 100. Cross multiply. If they still teach math correctly, I don't know. Because from what I'm hearing, schooling has gotten really bad. So what is 5% of 600,000? So is over of percent. Boom. So boom, boom. Cross multiply, divide by 100, blah, blah. You're basically going to get about, for math purposes, around 30,000. Okay, so 30,000 people, babies, non-living, whatever you want to call them to make it sound cool for you, 30,000 future kids are killed because of medical emergency or rape incest. The other 570,000 that are killed each year, sorry, had a low battery warning. The other 570,000 that are killed each year are killed just to be killed, okay? So let's go with the whole my body, my choice. If you can make a baby by yourself, I would agree with my body, my choice. But it's physically impossible for you to impregnate yourself. I don't care if you don't even have a man and you go to a sperm bank and baste yourself. See, I didn't need no man. Where'd you get that sperm from? It came out of a man? Okay, so you did need a man to have that baby. Just because he wasn't in there and doing it and doing all the work and doesn't mean you still did it. You know what I mean? You did it without a man, but you still need a man to do it. So it's not really just your body, okay? You're the what you do is very important, very important. Your body is built to do it. Your pelvis is built to do it. You're emotionally built to do it, okay? A man couldn't be pregnant. Could you imagine a man having a period, let alone having a pregnancy? You feel me? You guys are built for that shit, okay? You always want to say, my body, my choice, right? What about the baby's body? What about the baby's choice? You're not letting him choose. But if you have the baby when it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, you would let it choose its gender, but you won't let it choose if it gets to live or not. You only want to play that side of the fence when it fits your narrative. Got you. Makes sense. Yeah. 570,000 a year. And you can say it could be, what about financial situations? Maybe she's not ready. Maybe she doesn't have the funds or the means to have a baby to support a child, because a child is expensive. But let me tell you this. Ohio is a very dominant Republican state. It is a swing state. It can go Democrat if you got a good enough, you know what I mean? Like, Obama won Ohio, so like, he won Ohio once. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just quoting shit. Even in Ohio, a single mom, a divorced mom, it doesn't matter. If you got kids, you're getting help from the government. So I don't want to hear that she doesn't have the funds. She da 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 da. You can go get Metro 8. You can go get food stamps. You can go get WIC. You can go get Social Security shit. You can go get Medicare and Medicaid. Like, you can get early enrollment into schools and preschools. You can go to Department of Job and Family Services, and they will give you a list of babysitters in your area and how much they charge. They'll give you a list of approved daycares that are licensed in your area and how much they charge. So all that shit is out there. You're just too lazy to get off your ass and support your kid. Or, like I said, you just, was just wanting to fuck around. Another reason girls have abortions is they get with somebody they shouldn't have got with. You know what I mean? Again, not to, it's not to be racist, but there are people out there that are like, don't fuck black guys, don't fuck white guys, don't fuck Mexicans, don't, whatever, you know what I mean? My daddy will kill me, my daddy will cut me off, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm in the military, or this is my career and I can't because a child will blah, 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 you know what I mean? A lot of different reasons, okay? A lot of different reasons for it and why they try to do what they do. Abortion is never correct, okay? If you controlled your body, you wouldn't have to make the choice about an abortion. Because like I said in my last video, yes, there is rape and all that other stuff, and that'll never stop because some men aren't raised correctly. It's what happens when you're not raised correctly. If you don't have a loving mom and a strict father, if you don't have that balance, you raise those people. And unfortunately, there's always going to be people that are broken like that. But anyways, women, like we said in the last video, women control who get to sleep with them, okay? Men get to sleep with whoever lets them sleep with them, okay? So, if you controlled your body and went out to the club and the bars and the concerts and you had a good time, but didn't fuck anybody, you wouldn't have to have an abortion. And sex is supposed to be for marriage anyways. We're all wrong for that. Nobody should be having sex. Nobody. Not me, not you, nobody, And if we're not having sex, you're not having abortions because we're not having sex. And if you're waiting for marriage and you know that person and you get to know them and you've never seen them naked, none of that stuff, and you get married, then you create a family, you're not going to want an abortion because you know what I mean? That's the first person you've ever been with, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's different. When you're out here sleeping with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 people, and you have all those different soul ties, of course you're going to be confused and not know what the fuck to do and think you can do whatever you want. Just keep going out, and I'm going to keep fucking people and going to clubs. I'm going to meet my husband sooner or later, or my wife sooner or later. Like, it's not how that works, my boy. Nobody should be fucking. And that's the only reason why we're in this talk about abortions and shit, because people be fucking when they shouldn't be. That shit used to mean something. That shit used to be special. That shit used to be, and now everybody's just like, yeah, here, you can have it, 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 you can have it twice. Hey, you want some more, want some more? I'm a whore. See me on the next door. Put me on the floor, on the couch or the container. No, all right, but anyways, yeah. It blows my mind, man. Because of those 570,000 people, right, Potential is limitless, okay? People don't understand that. Your genes, yes, are 50-50, you know, XY chromosome, everything we learned in school, dominant recessive trait, blah, blah, blah. But the mind of those 570,000 children could have been anything. You could have killed a future president or somebody that, you know, changed the world like Elon Musk. You know, you could have been somebody that birthed the next Tom Cruise. And I mean Tom Cruise in a sense of like his movies, like a badass, like hero type guy. American Sniper, dude. What's his name? Kyle or something? I don't know. That's kind of fucked up, huh? Limitless potential, man. The next Lil Wayne, the next Drake. Who knows, bro? But you could have birthed somebody that was perfect for you. Because I'm telling you, kids are a blessing. Watching that child be birthed and come out of that birthing canal and watching it just come to life. And you're just like, holy shit. Like, I made that. That was me and you together. That's why it's not my body, my choice. Because we did that together, right? That's our baby. That's half me, half you. That's a human being. I remember being a human being. I remember being a child, right? Around 3, 4, 5 years old, you start to remember shit. I don't remember asking to be born, right? But I'm glad I didn't get asked if I wanted to die either, so. Because life is a beautiful thing. That's the thing that they don't understand too, right? All these my people, my choice, let me have abortions. You love your life, right? You enjoy it. Like, yeah, life is shitty sometimes, right? But if you sit back and look at the bigger picture of life and the beauty of it all and how beautiful things are and how things rotate and create, like, you know, summer, spring, winter, fall, everything just in a cycle, the way everything was created, the way everything works, the ecosystem, the way life works. If you're positivity comes back, even if there are negative things, you know, like, just life in general is just so beautiful, right? You enjoy your life, right? But yet you're not going to give your child a chance to be in that. You're not going to give your child that chance. You're just going to kill it. You're not even going to let it, you know what I mean? You didn't have a choice. You were brought here, right? Imagine if your parents aborted you. That's crazy. And this is the thing about it, okay? The reason I bring up nobody should be having sex is because not only is it for marriage, but it's spiritual in nature. Having sex, it's emotional, and you're having a soul tie. You're having a connection with somebody, okay? And if you're grown enough to make that decision, you know what I mean, no matter what age you are, because abortions are of all age groups, according to the statistics. So if you think you are grown enough and you're woman enough and it's your body and you can fuck if you want to because you're grown, part of that being grown, right? If you're a real adult, being grown is responsibilities, right? Paying your car note, paying your rent, paying your utilities, you know, taking care of yourself, going for a jog, making sure your body's right, making sure your mental's right, going to work every single day, working hard at work, not just doing the bare minimum, you know, morals, values, ethics, all that shit. That's called being a responsible adult, right? You have responsibilities, right? Right. Okay. So that's action, reaction. Every action has a reaction, okay? So if you think you're adult enough to have the action of having intercourse and sex with people, and you think you're grown enough to do that, part of that reaction that's tied into responsibility as an adult is the possibility of having a fucking child. And you gotta be able to grasp that and understand it for what I just said. Sex isn't just I'm gonna just go out and have sex. Oh, pregnant, gotta go see the clinic. Thanks, guys. That's not what it is at all. And if you're a Christian, there is no standing up for letting women get an abortion. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You cannot be a Christian man or woman and support abortion at all. You can't. Can't. I saw a Christian that said, "Oh, voting for because I said if you vote for Kamala, you can't be a Christian and vote for Kamala," and he got pissed. And I was like, "But she literally said to those Christians, you're at the wrong rally. Like that's all you need to know. Evil agendas are evil." And you get sucked in by your wife, your significant other. Oh, what? You're a man. You shouldn't have an opinion on this. They're killing babies. Are you fucking? Are you? What are we talking about here? End of discussion. They're killing babies, regardless. Just for the fuck of it. Abortions should be legal for medical and sexual emergencies only. Okay. If you've been raped on some shit or some medical shit's gonna happen, do what you think is right. But if it's just, oh, I went to the club, I got hooked up with a loser, like that's the reaction of your irresponsible choices as an adult. Live with them. Make something happen out of it. Make something beautiful happen out of it. Or don't. The choice is yours. It's your life. You have free will. You fucked up, live with it. An abortion is just an easy out, if you want to be honest. And it's going to piss a lot of women off. But the women who are real and understand, and the men who are real and understand, will understand that everything I said in this last 20 plus minutes has been honest to a T. You cannot be a Christian and support evil in any form. LGBTQ, any of that shit. None of it. None of it. None of this shit. And that doesn't mean I hate y'all, okay? I just want y'all to know that, okay? I do not hate anybody that's ever had no... That's the thing, too, okay? If the Christians and the people that are listening to this, too many times, Christians want to pick and choose what parts of the Bible to listen to and follow. The Old Testament is more of like a prequel of like, hey, this is how the world used to be. This is the world you could be living in if it wasn't for Jesus coming, okay? You would have to sacrifice goats and do all that shit and no tattoos and all that shit, okay? Jesus dying on the cross wiped all that sins away. He was the best, most highest, most pure sacrificial lamb. You know, his blood cleansed everything, okay? That's why the Old Testament rules and stuff don't really apply here, okay? Also, the Bible has to be loosely interpreted, okay? Christians got to understand that. The Bible is, this is pretty much going to be a second video, 2 in 1. The Bible can't be limited to what's in it, okay? If God is that powerful, you can't limit his power to what's in those pages, okay? That's just what he wanted to put in those pages. He could have put anything in there if he wanted to. He's the one that gave man he sent angels down to give him, you know what I mean? Hey, write this down word for word. You think he could have been like, and I have the power to turn you into a goat if I wanted to. Like, he could do anything. He could do anything, my boy. Like, you just don't get it. That's the part you have to be able to comprehend, okay? Too many Christians want to spew the parts that make them look good at people, you know? Don't have an abortion. Oh, you're outside the clinic. You know, I've seen it, okay, at the abortion clinic. Christians out there with their picket signs. You're going to hell. You're a murderer. Abortion's a sin. Blah, 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 blah. From a viewpoint of somebody that's not a Christian, okay, take yourself out of the equation, okay? Imagine if you were coming to get an abortion and you didn't know about it and you already felt down about it, because trust me, most of these girls do know what they're doing and they do wrestle with it. They really do. Some of them are cold-hearted and they'll just be like, yeah, abort. Imagine you go to a clinic to go do this shit and you have people in your face screaming at you while you're driving by in your car to the parking lot that you're a murderer and you're a baby killer and you're going to hell and God doesn't love you and all that shit. Shame on you to those Christians, man. You think Jesus would be doing that? Your job as a Christian, right, is to live your life Christ-like as best you can, okay? You're not supposed to judge anybody. You're supposed to love everybody, okay? Look at all the parables in there. When Jesus was here, who did he heal? The blind, the sick, those with the leprosy. He healed a whore, a prostitute. He chose a murderer as one of his 12 disciples. He chose a rapist as one of his 12 disciples. He chose a tax thief guy as one of his 12 disciples. Like, he chose the scum of the earth to heal. and to be his disciples and spread his word. Because that's what true love is as Christianity. If you were actually practicing, sorry, low battery warning, 10%. If you were actually practicing Christianity correctly, you would be loving those people that get abortions. You would still be telling them, hey, it's wrong and I don't agree with your decision and I think what you did was murder and it was wrong. But guess what? You can still go to heaven. God still loves you. He knows you're just hurt right now, broken, you're lost, you're on the wrong path. Something in your past, or present, some type of trauma has hurt you and it's holding you back. And he wants to take that burden off you. He wants to lay it at his feet and let go of it and never pick it up again. He'll pick it up for you if you let him. That's the type of Christian you're supposed to be. Not the, you're going to hell, you killed a baby. And that type of Christianity should be applied to all things, You walk into a church and it's all these people wearing suits and looking their Sunday best and da-da. And there's nothing wrong with looking good, for sure. I'm not dissing those people. But a lot of those people would judge somebody if they came in torn and battered, and maybe that's all they could afford, or maybe that's all they owned, and they came in, or maybe somebody came in all tatted up, tattoos everywhere, or somebody came in, with gauges, or, and I guarantee a majority of the church would just be, you know what I mean, and judging, and you're not supposed to, because everybody has sins, everybody has sinned, everybody will sin, and God doesn't see any one sin worse than the other. All sins are the same to God. If you fuck up, you fucked up. It doesn't matter what you did. So you know how people go, well, I might have robbed a bank, but that guy stole money out of his mom's purse, or I might have fucked his baby mom, but he did that, or did it. You know how people like to point the finger? God don't play that shit. He don't give a fuck. He just goes, you sinned, yes? Okay, enough, over. Yep, I don't care what he did, don't care what you did, don't care. You sinned, yes, enough. You said, okay, that's enough. Don't need to hear no excuses. Don't point no fingers. He don't care. He don't play no shit. He don't give a fuck. But humans like to play and give a fuck. Humans like to, I'm better than you. You're worse than me. I didn't sin like that. You did this. I didn't do that. God don't give a fuck about that shit. If you sinned, you sin. That's why his is forgiveness and love. Because how many times you fuck up or do something and, oh, I still love you. I'm right here for you, Sooner or later, they all stop loving you, to an extent, until they love you again, whether it be your mom, your dad, significant other, your pets even, except for dogs. Dogs will always love you. They might get mad at you sometimes, but God always loves you no matter what you do. It's hard to fathom and grasp, right? And then loving everybody else, too, no matter what, okay? Not judging anybody for what they look like, skin, what they smell like, their education, any of that, because we're all God's creation. We all have God's power within us in our souls. Our bodies are just our vessels, and we don't always get to control the body we get to live within. But the soul within everybody is beautiful as fuck. You just have to look past the body. You can't be shallow. You gotta accept people for who they are and love them no matter what. No matter what. And it's hard to do. It's very hard to do. If somebody killed my son or raped my son and I was face to face with him, I don't know what I would do. It's hard to fathom and think about. But God would command me to forgive him and love him and understand that, he's just a broken person. And his actions might be sending him to hell, but he can still be saved and go to heaven. Because nobody goes to hell on the earth. Everybody, you choose to go to hell, how you live your life on earth. Because God cannot interfere with free will. So, yeah. How you live on earth decides where you go. And you can, that old saying is true, it's not the hand you're dealt, but how you play the cards, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, all that shit rings true. You can start bad and good. You can start good and end bad. You can, you know what I mean? God's always waiting for you. And I'm not even a practicing Christian. I don't go to church. I don't read the Bible. like I said, I was raised in that shit. So there's a lot of stuff that I just know, but there's a lot of stuff that I just feel within my heart, shit. Sorry to get off topic, but yeah, 30 minutes, whoa.